Hello DIYers, I'm provided this little segment here to kind of fill in the gaps in this otherwise decently produced video. So when you saw the video last, the actuator right here, this actuator could not go down. Now don't mind, the bottom portion has been removed here. This is the when the vacuum diaphragm plastic white housing has been removed, but this video is just demonstrating how to remove this from the point at which you saw in the video where it was stuck. Now what it was stuck on was, in fact, you can see up in here, it was stuck on the inner assembly on the door housing right here. That black portion, that is the hole on the right side of the door handle. And to the right, so I'll come around the vehicle, okay, through this hole, okay, here is your door. In here there is an assembly. My finger is right here. Sorry about the bad lighting, but there is an assembly right in here, right inside here. You can feel it in there. It moves. It's a spring-loaded mechanism for the door handle. That is blocking the actuator. So to install or remove the actuator, this handle has to be removed first. These two bolts, okay, here and here, have to be freed up, and then this backing plate assembly here is now loose. Move it to the right. Move it to the right out of the way, toward the inner part of the door. That'll free enough space so now your actuator can move down. And you want to reassemble in the reverse. First put the actuator in, put the assembly up in this area loose, then slide it back into place, secure these two bolts, the Torx bolts, and then complete the assembly. Not an easy thing to do. There is a hinge back here. You'll have to compress it to get the door handle in. I suggest you practice it a few times with the handle outside of the vehicle. Okay. The handle gets threaded into here. All right, practice a few times out of the vehicle. Handle gets threaded into here, lodges in here, and this is inserted, and then you have to come from the other side and push the spring forward about 1/4 inch, and then this will thread between these two prongs like this on that mechanism. Again, once you've removed the actuator, take this and take the handle, take the whole mechanism outside of the car and spend a little time with it so you can see how it works. Not an easy job to reassemble, but doable. The key here is you want to get these two bolts secured so that this assembly in the back is in place, and you should be able to replace the handle. Okay, you can probably do it, and it looks something like that. Then you got to go in, put a small load on the spring, about 1/4 inch, so that this threads into between the two prongs, and then this will lodge in its seating over here, and then that's in. This part then, assuming I had done that, this part then fits in like this. Okay, this will fit right in. You can see here there's a bolt hole, and that bolt is accessed through this window right here on the side of the vehicle. I suggest you put a light right in here so you can see, and then you're going to thread this bolt on a magnet like this, straight through here, boom. And that's how that secures. And that should wrap up this missing link to this video. Obviously, you're going to need to route the harness, take a couple pictures so you can see how the harness is routed. I have most of it disassembled still. I'm going to be waiting for the right part. Unlike the video, my actuator was not actually damaged at the lower diaphragm. My actuator was damaged on the middle diaphragm, which is not serviceable without taking out a bunch of rivets. And I'm going to show you also on another spare unit that's not a correct part, but again, we have this housing here was demonstrated in the video, white housing. This housing was not to blame. In fact, on my unit, it was this diaphragm right here. And I suspect there's a tear on the inside, but as you can see, there is no way to pull this diaphragm out through the back. It is built into the assembly. The only way I presume when this comes out is actually by removing this entire cage here. And to get this cage out, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rivets, and the amount of effort to go and replace those and then re-weld them, I think exceeds the cost of just simply sourcing an entirely new unit used. So that is where we're at on this particular project. I will try to finish this up if I have anything else to add, but I'm hopeful that the demonstration just now of how to remove this entire assembly down to the door. You do not need to remove the window frame or the window rails. Okay, you do not. It slides right down, nice and easy, once that handle and the inner handle assembly is loosened and pushed out of the way. Everything else was pretty straightforward. I hope this has helped. Thank you.